Welcome to another episode of the Jerks Podcast. We're talking about the Moonlight Theater. So we haven't had a couple episodes in a while. We have an open mic that we run that we didn't want to intrude on, but I have these new Burberry sunglasses, so I kind of wanted to film.
Yeah, we get here late, so... Well, we start late.
So we try and be nice to people, not intrude on their very important open mic sets that I really can't wait to hear tonight.
There are a lot of, a lot of people there on the grind.
Jokes. Yeah, they're
on the grind.
In the trenches, as some would say.
That's my favorite
That's
thing
how I
to
describe
hear.
places I love going that give me time is I'm in the trenches.
In the trenches,
war.
and they got to hit 3 to 7 mics a night.
No, yeah.
They have to.
Or else.
So
Yeah, unless you want to fall behind.
if we're late to start this, that throws their whole thing off, and before you know it, it's 3 a.m. They only hit 5 mics, and they're a fucking loser.
They're career tanks.
Yeah,
So-
they're never gonna get anywhere in this business at 5 mics a night.
Like yesterday, it was so bad that I had the thought of like I think I told you where I was like, if I was doing this a year ago, like opposed to being like 2 years in,
Yeah.
I would have felt like really bad.
Yeah, you would have been like, I wasted a whole night for this, and also I'm not funny because nobody laughed.
Yeah, but I was up there like, this is almost impossible.
It was fun. It was fun. I mean,
And the hang was pretty good. I'm not
the
gonna
hang was great. And again, it is a cool theater. It's a very cool theater. It's
Yeah.
just when you got an open mic, and there's, again, well, I mean, at Josephine's, it's a really fun time if there's only
Always.
8
There's
people
no
here.
drink minimum.
Because it's this is the kind of place where you're like, if there was an open mic with an 8-person list, I would want it to be here. Other places, it's a little weird. Like when you're in a theater,
Yeah,
Yeah, and everybody's in the corner.
all those empty seats.
it's a classic comedy
You
problem.
couldn't see the people in the corner. So it's
Yeah,
like
no.
nobody was there except for
You
Rudy.
just see vape lights,
There's a lot of empty
Rudy
seats.
in the
silent vape lights in the back like fireflies.
I think we would do a good jerk show there if we packed it out.
Oh, yeah.
But probably won't last that long. So
I mean, it'd be great if they're doing shows like theatrical performances. I think they'll be just fine.
not just comedy, but I think it says like on the door comedy and it might have said
And
performing arts.
yeah, because I
That's
mean, like
That's gay,
it's a
though.
dope theater.
No, I
like
walked
it's
in
a
and I
really
was like-
so they could put on a show.
Yeah,
I did walk in. I was like, oh, this is one of the nicest places I've
Yeah.
performed at.
no, it's nice. We could do jerks on ice.
We could do jerks. Can you guys ice skate?
Yes.
I could learn so quick. Anything.
I've ice skated once and I didn't fall, so I consider myself kind of a pro.
So could you do ice ballet?
No, I would have to work on
You
that.
learned this in the Navy? You guys went ice skating on the ship?
Yeah, it's your requirement to get your fairy wings.
Is that the military group that everybody calls gay?
Yes, that would be
consensus.
that would be the
Did you
that'd
guys
be the
lean
one.
into it, being like kissing each other? Be like, we are
Well,
so
I
gay."
mean, it's not gay if it's underway, so it's
Mm-hmm.
it's only queer if it's on the pier. So
Whatever
no,
floats
I spent
your
2
boat.
years on the water, so
You
it
sound
was
just like my dad.
well.
And he wasn't even in the Navy. He just loved guys.
Everyone knows about it. Everyone knows.
It's camaraderie. There was I've talked to a couple of camaraderie. Come Roderick. Come on, Roderick.
Rick.
Come Roderick.
Come on, my
That's Dylan's nickname in high school. I don't know why.
down at the old wrestling hall.
But I did have conversations with some old salty dogs, and they were like, "Oh boy, I remember when the Navy used to be great before they let the women in." I'm like, really? They're like, "Oh my God, the first time I was on a boat with a woman, I walked in a room and this woman had her shirt off. She was changing. I said, slammed the door. I can't believe they ruined the Navy."
Salty dogs.
You're telling me
So
these
what
guys-
is that about?
I know the joke is that they're all gay, but they didn't like somebody cleaning.
No, they didn't like that. They
were-
opened a room and there was a topless woman behind the door, and he was like,
The Navy's gay. If you guys are.
it's not gay. It's just we love each other, like stepbrothers
Nothing wrong with some
and
stepbrother.
and
Why step?
porn these days.
Speaking of stepbrother porn,
Yeah, please.
Dylan's been having a little bit of a debacle, a little bit of a.
What you doing, step bro? Yeah, I've been involved in some drama. As of moment, Mac from my other podcast, he reacted to a post about the Gazellies Awards in Chicago.
And what is the Gazellies?
The Gazellies, the Comedy Gazelle is a cool magazine that you can vouch for people who deserve credibility in there. You
It's a
can.
very cool magazine.
They
Yeah.
have like an annual awards, and Bad Comedy Podcast is nominated for one. But
I voted for that and not the Burbies.
oh, really? You still have to do the Burbies.
I
But
want
you
to be
still
the
got
only.
a couple days left to
on, buddy.
nominate for the Burbies.
If he watches this, I want to be the only person
No,
Matt Jarufsky has
Mark,
to
that's
tag
not.
so
to
the,
say they
Do you
didn't
know how
vote.
close the races are this year, allegedly?
Yeah, it's just between
Of the-
Cat Amato and
You either
probably
get nominated or
some other
don't.
guy
By
that she goes on
Oh.
stage.
one vote is deciding all these categories.
yeah, like 52. I follow the posts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually on the Burbies crew this year.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
honored.
We're all presenting.
So
Aren't
This
you're
is-
in the deep.
So this is like the 8th year of the Burbies, the 2nd year of the Gazellies. All right.
Oh,
So
right.
I went to the
Get
Gazellies.
back to your stuff.
Well, I was just talking about the Gazellies. Jerry Hamidi, he's Hamidi Comedy. He's a great
Mhm.
guy.
He is.
I would metaphorically blow him
Yes.
on this podcast.
That's
I like him so much,
Metaphorically
That's gay,
speaking.
dude.
and I would literally blow him in person
Yeah.
because
There we
I
go.
like him so much.
And physically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he runs the Gazellies, or the Comedy Gazelle, interviewing comics, local comics in the scene. He's been getting some bigger names and stuff. Very cool to watch.
This was like a legit thing.
Yeah.
I would say it's very legit.
He
And
interviewed
his,
Mark
More
Norman.
legit than the Burbies.
the Gazellies
Yeah.
went from my buddies last year to now it's at the Den Theater, and
Yeah.
they're like selling tickets to it.
And they have a vouch
Oh.
show at the Laugh Factory now.
A vouch show
Oh,
at the
so
Laugh
yeah.
Factory.
This one kind of matters a little bit.
I mean,
It's a big deal. I
as
mean,
much
they-
as
Oh,
a
they've
I see
silly
why.
award
Oh.
would.
I would still have liked to get the biggest hack just to be a part. I'd be like, oh, thanks.
Well,
Yeah,
someone
that's
who I won't name, they, because I just don't want to give them credibility anyways for it.
Sure.
But they criticized the biggest hack award, and then Mac from my other podcast just started, mocking his post, and then he waved a gun at the end. Oops. Okay, I guess you can't wave a gun
We've
on
all
social
accidentally.
media anymore, and
sometimes
so
it just
then they
falls
started
out of your
this
zipper.
war,
But
and-
the guy got really offended, and I think it's really funny to get offended about a pistol through social media.
yeah, I think it's kind of goofy.
I imagine
like-
he dropped his phone and was like, oh my.
Well, like in the year or so that I've been on there have been 4 comics total that can't take jokes or understand what comedy looks like. So that's what happened, and then he started freaking out, and so it was just a whole drama thing. And I guess it was on site last night, but now it's not. So it's on site, I guess. Still,
I haven't even seen the guy, but my money would be on Dylan because I have seen what he looked like in college.
yeah, exactly.
And that inner him would just come out.
Mahler the Brawler.
Well, I hope there's no physicality comes from it, but
Well, why?
If you do, hopefully it's on video
Yeah,
for
in front of
TikTok.
everybody.
yeah, it was interesting to watch. It almost seemed like you got kind of like you weren't even the
No, I
shitster.
got
You just
drawn
in the
into it.
orbit,
Yeah.
just in the orbit, and it's coming
But then he
your
was
way.
also threatening me and then my boy.
Yeah,
So it's like, no, I don't think it's
He-
peace
I
time
think
now
he took-
Right.
necessarily.
yeah.
So when you
he
do
took the
that-
bait.
You're like, hey,
He took the bait.
Yeah.
well,
he
that
said
was
he said
Hook,
he
line,
took
and
the bait.
sinker, baby.
Mhm. He did
Mac
say
is
that
probably
too.
like, it has worked.
He's like,
I have accomplished my goal.
I got exactly what I wanted out of
Honestly, the first video that
Better.
he posted about it was in between podcasts where he was just he was laughing as he's doing. He just thinks this is funny. He's just
Yeah,
being
as
Mac.
kind of anybody should see
Right.
it as just a joke.
Yeah. And then when people don't, then it becomes a war, and you're just not going to beat us.
It's such a weird thing for comedians to get so serious.
yeah.
It's like, you should assume it's a joke first.
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
But that's if you're
Unless
a real
it's about
comedian.
me, then I get sensitive.
No, but some people do.
Yeah. Well, comedians, I would say, are really sensitive, like a lot of these pussies.
Yeah, it seems like.
What do
a
you
lot
think,
of them
Chris?
are-
Exactly.
How dare
Are these
you.
guys on the pod now because they're on the couch?
No, I just wanted to say Chris was emotional.
I was just wondering if we could see them. Everybody see Dana picking her nose, which she is
Emotion.
actively doing. Dana Norris is actively picking her nose right now.
There's nothing.
You guys just can't see it.
Dude,
It's behind the
as
scenes.
if you don't fucking love picking your nose.
I love picking my nose so
Everybody,
much.
dude, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with? You have to.
You can
and
pick
it's
someone
also
else's nose.
satisfying. Recycling.
It's good for your ecosystem, your immune system.
Have you ever eaten your boogers?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you have what? Oh, you just pick them?
I've
and what,
never
you
done
throw
that.
them away?
I'm a picky eater. Oh, not
Yeah,
literally. though.
same.
But no, I can't. Dude, to me, it's probably the texture is probably so viscous. I don't think I would enjoy the booger. Describe it.
Well, the texture varies from day to day.
Well, the taste.
Taste also varies from day to day. What have you been sniffing?
Blow.
Candy. Yeah.
There you go.
Nose
I heard Joey
candy.
Diaz would eat his Coke boogers, and I was like, I'd probably do that.
Yeah.
You ever eat your boogers as a kid?
Of course, and also
Did everybody fucking do that?
I know Hunter
No,
Biden ate
Chris
it.
is lying. How about you?
Well, Chris is saying did. He says still actively.
Well, he didn't use his fingers. They used chopsticks.
It's-
It's like an extension of the Asian.
is that how,
How
he
many
got the
pairs
ring
do you have
stuck
on
in
you
there?
right now? Knew it.
There's
That's
4 rings on
just
them
in
right
case.
now. So yeah, I know Hunter Biden ate a lot of Parmesan cheese out of the carpet. He thought it was crack. So he said, I ate more Parmesan cheese than anybody you know.
That's not true.
Or smoked more Parmesan cheese.
That's true.
That's
That's
true.
the one.
Because I eat a lot of.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of Parmesan cheese.
Do you want to talk about your other
Do
drama?
you smoke a
have?
lot of
Okay.
Parmesan
We
cheese?
got
of
other drama?
Speaking of Parmesan, do you want to talk about the other drama? Or it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, the drama is just, I got put on site, and then it's just, I don't think it's peacetime yet.
Or I mean about the other guy with the
Oh, this joke thief?
the stealing of your jokes.
Oh, no, that was just so James Najjar, he stole a line from me, and, like, he's admitted it a bunch of times. Like, I can show anybody evidence, like, and then he's also stolen from other people. I can show you evidence. It's, like, you know, mostly in the past, but then he was downplaying it in some YouTube comments on the Aaron Chase podcast, whatever, I think it's called Chasing Some.
Join the Journey.
Join the
Journey
Journey.
by Aaron Chase. It's a podcast
Yes.
where he interviews local Chicago comics, but he's
After
not
this
really
podcast.
that funny about it. It's like more of a
That
serious
comedy.
thing.
Yeah,
You what?
but you were on there, too.
I was on. I
You
liked
on
it. It was
Join
a
the
lot of
Journey.
fun. I like listening to that one.
But this one has James Najjar on it, and then in the comments you can see the chain.
Yeah, there was the chain, which I did read. I followed all of your drama.
Yeah, this in the last couple of days.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I had like
Send
I'm
it.
refreshing the
Do
page.
you think it's a little suspicious to move from New York to Chicago for comedy?
To pursue comedy and
I mean,
jokes.
Like,
that-
why? What happened? It's so much objectively better for every person in every way.
well, you can't.
Steal jokes for that long in New York and get away with it.
But
Okay,
this,
I wasn't looking at that. I was like, New York can suck.
but
Like
if you start in New York, they'll
mean-
always see you as an open micer. You know.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
is that
I've
why
heard that
you
before. I
run
feel
to
like that's not
Chicago?
true. You know, I feel like they won't see you as always an open micer. if
You
you'd be good.
gather a bunch of jokes.
Well, I mean, I feel like if you went to New York now, you would still be an open micer for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like most
You'd still have
I
a
mean,
lisp.
it would be really hard to get to the point where you're going there without being an open micer.
Yeah.
Like you're going to become a full-time comedian, then go
and then
to
get
New-
like
I'm doing
somebody
open mics
hands
for
you a
life.
golden ticket and they're like, New York will have you now. You're like, oh boy.
I mean, that sounds like something Christian would do, actually.
Christian
He'd be
would
I booked
make
us for
a
4
golden
months in
ticket.
New York if that's what I was like, all right.
he's like, guys, I got a decked out bus. We got a roof over our heads. We got shows 3 nights a week. We'll figure out the rest.
That's literally no, that's the conversation we had.
yeah.
No, when I got here, we're doing that for Florida. We're taking the
We're going to Florida. Wait,
Seriously.
didn't you have some like people reaching out to you about doing Florida shows? Is this that continuation?
No,
or
those
did
are
that-
completely different. These
Yeah.
are
He's
his.
just well booked.
Christian
in
seems
Florida.
to
3 he booked.
Wow.
Christian's got shows fucking everywhere.
Dude, I'm gonna go to
It's-
Miami and get an STD for the first
Connection
time. I'm gonna get an
card.
STD.
Oh, congratulations!
I can't wait.
It'll be an official scomeback.
I feel
You're
like
You'll
I
have
will feel
sex.
like I lost my virginity finally because I've gotten so lucky. Kids are
So
kind of
lucky to
STDs you can
come
get
so
rid of.
close.
it's
I just can't contract it.
it's not official until it hurts. Losing your virginity.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait, there's STDs that don't hurt.
Uh,
Because then why would you get rid of it?
Well, I heard I think chlamydia. The men carry it, but it doesn't have any negative, and it affects the women. So you could like carry it around, and be like, I'm fine, but then when you fuck somebody, then they get it, and they're like, ah.
It is wild the number that only affect women. It's something.
Okay.
So I feel like fuck shows. I don't want the money. Keep it. I want to do open mics.
I think that's a strong point.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather be booked for shows instead of open mics because I feel like
Yeah.
I would learn more. Because sometimes it's just 8
exactly.
fucking losers at the Moonlight Theater, and we're just telling jokes about some comedian.
Yeah,
not on
just talking amongst
Tuesdays.
ourselves, doing inside jokes
You know,
that
8
wouldn't work in a
comedians
crowd.
in the corner. It's dark. Can't
They're
see
lurking.
them. Rudy Ruiz in front.
Big white hat, very visible.
Yeah, well,
Waitress comes out of
he's
nowhere.
a big white guy. You know, he's pretty visible.
We do have a two drink. I just want to do open mics, folks.
Yeah.
I'm not selling out.
I mean, I think that's
would sell out
definitely an
immediately.
achievable goal.
I would sell out immediately.
Sell out the Moonlight Theater.
I'm going to start
in 2
asking people.
seconds.
I'm
There's
going to
like
start
2 chairs.
I'm going to ask people if I could get on their mics, and when they say yes, I'll be like, I just got booked.
I mean, dude, you're acting like some people don't do that.
I just got booked a reserve spot at
Mm-hmm.
Batavia.
Dude, some lady I
On the
kind of
Wednesday
heckled
mic.
at a mic. Well, I was talking, and she was like, am I that boring? And I go, yeah. So it got more laughs than she did. And then she came up to me, and she's like, I'm booked at the Laugh Factory. She said on stage.
Wow.
But then somebody told me, like, those are open mics.
Oh, yeah. No, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she
Yes.
sucks. She's so unfun. What's her name? I don't know.
I ain't gonna get bucked there
Some
less.
bitch.
Local Chicago
Isn't she a
comic
prop
number
comic?
26. What was the guy who walked up with a bunch of props
He's like, I'm not a prop
and
comic.
said, I'm not a prop? Was that here?
No, that was the vault. He did it again, and it was worse.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a prop comic, but
Wait.
here's all my props.
Fuck, I think any. Wait, did you see him at the vault, the prop
I
comic?
don't think so.
Fuck, I don't
Did he
think there's
have
anybody
any
here.
like kind of chicken in a can kind of stuff? Any bits?
No, he brought out wine, a Funko Pop of some Italian actor, and he's like,
Yeah.
"This
Did he
is
have a
for my
zip-
cult. I want you to join my cult. I'm not
Somebody
a prop
from
actor."
the Godfather.
Did he have any Ziploc bags or maybe a fanny pack?
No,
Unfortunately,
no,
no. It was in a reusable
guy.
grocery bag.
Oh, maybe older
That's what he
guy?
lives out of.
Much older guy. Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, just because I have props doesn't mean I'm a prop comic.
Oh, okay.
Said, well, just because I don't have props doesn't mean I'm not a prop comic.
Yeah,
So I want to be the propless prop comic, and that's my prop.
yeah. And he wants to be a prop but he's not a comic.
Would you use your unicycle?
Oh, yeah.
When
yeah,
are you gonna
if-
start that after steroids?
When I learn how to write it. I still haven't
No, when are
learned
you
how
gonna
to write
start
it.
learning? Are you gonna learn after steroids? Because that'd probably be easier after steroids.
It would be easier after
Get some-
steroids. I feel like I
Because
want to
he's gonna
start
build his
learning
core.
right now.
Colin,
He's gonna
'cause
get on steroids.
Because he's gonna
The
build
core,
his core.
Colin.
the core
Is-
is actually like
All of it.
unicycling is like all core. Dana, do you unicycle?
No, I have an unrelated question.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Go for it.
What's Dylan's plan to retaliate?
What's my plan to
I
Dylan's
knew it had to
retaliate?
do with the drama.
You want him to broadcast it?
Well,
I feel like if I do anything, it would just be like making a video like, this is what happened, this is what you just said. If you want to fight me, send location. So there's really nothing more to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just on some bullshit. So
Dylan, do you believe in fighting fire with fire?
I think
Clearly.
you have to fight fire with fire.
Is there any time where you shouldn't?
I mean, you can
No.
play it smart. She said, "Is there any
well,
time
in
you
a fire,
shouldn't?"
probably.
In a fire, maybe. Yeah, I guess like a fire
probably
wouldn't
the
really
only
put
time.
one out. But I
Settle
think
that fire.
you can play wise. You could play
Well, if
calculated.
you fight fire
but
with fire, it burns out faster, right? Is that Dana? This
Who
better have
burns
something to
out?
do with what we were talking about before, which I forgot.
What does Zoe think about all this drama, Dylan?
it's all about me and what I think about it.
Yeah.
That was such a good politically correct answer.
Yeah,
And
I'm
true.
an individual. But no, I think that you can't let people fuck with you and then just do nothing back, because then people will just fuck with you, and that's their loss. Sorry for Dylan. That's a reference to his show. It's called Sorry for Killing. I can't say that. I can't put that as part of my video, or it'll be a threat.
I see. I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any drama?
Do I got any
Yeah,
drama?
you any comics you hate?
Who do you hate?
Anyone you don't find funny at all?
Suburbs only.
One raised their hand. No, you have great tits.
Oh, I
No,
think
no.
Scott's hilarious. He fucking cracks me up, man.
With his tits.
Well, before I saw the tits,
Oh.
that was the first time I heard ham slaughter. Got me like really, really fucking good. Well, no,
So now he
please
can't do it.
don't.
Damn.
I love it. Anything to do with animals
You're
will really
burning
get me
his
going.
material, Dan.
Tonight's theme is football. We love football on this
Tonight's
podcast.
theme is football. Did
Yes.
anybody think about a football joke?
I've never done the theme once.
What about if the theme was not doing the theme? Then you'd
Then I
have
would-
to do something.
I wouldn't do stand up.
I got a couple.
Would you do
football
improv
jokes.
and just call it a drive-by round?
I'd be like, yes, and.
You move on. Next topic then.
Yeah.
Can we do an improv round? Do we have any
Do you guys
suggestions
want to do
from
some
the
improv?
audience?
An improv podcast?
Two guys
It's
sucking each
very
other's
cool
Two
thing
guys
to do,
sucking
and I
each
support
other
it.
dicks. How
I
about
guess,
this?
what do you want
Okay.
us to?
I
Hang
support
on,
it.
hang on. This is two guys sucking each other's dicks. Hey, I really appreciate what you're doing for me, pal. I got you next. And that was two guys sucking
I
each
thought we
other's
were
Thank
just
you.
going to
We're-
do it.
No.
It's improv, not real life, okay?
Improv could be actions.
It's my favorite improv trope. I'm so high right now. Does
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
else want to get high
No,
right
but do it
now?
with
See, I've
sucking a
never-
dick instead.
Watched improv?
Do you want to get high right now, dude? Come on, you can
no,
get high right now.
no.
You want to get high? I'm
No,
so
sir.
high right
Isn't
now.
that what
Let
you're
me
supposed to
see-
do in
check
improv?
this out.
No.
Watch this.
See, that's my
My improv is no.
I'm smoking this right now.
Nuh-uh.
thanks. Dylan plays along, even if
didn't
it's a
drop the
bad
joint.
if it's a bad topic.
I remember when I was getting I was
I'm
signing up for
high.
Second City stand-up classes, which,
Gay.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's right. Because you guys know my teacher, the guy who's now a trans black woman in the scene.
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
TJ White or something. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, he was my teacher.
yeah, KJ. She's great. We
Wasn't
had her on
a she.
poetry and
Yeah,
punchlines.
see, at that time, wasn't. But that was my teacher. But like when we were signing up,
I don't know the rules.
I'm still smoking weed.
when they were like giving a presentation and they were like demonstrating what improv was, and they had a girl pretend to like see what she saw in a box, and they made everybody clap after every yes and to support her. I was like,
Wow.
and they had transgender bathrooms. This was like 8 years ago. I was like, all right, that's
No,
just a
it
bathroom,
adds up.
just a bathroom, public bathroom.
Yeah,
As always.
Yeah, you could just
You
say
could go in it.
bathroom.
Nope.
you could.
Wait, what's the issue? It's just
It's
too
just a
many
bathroom.
I mean, it's just it's kind of like, it's like, look how good we are. But it's like, it's just a fucking, the sign, it's just put bathroom. Bathroom.
Oh, from the Second City saying.
Yeah, it's just bathroom. Bathroom's here. Use it. Whatever you have, use it.
You don't have to gender it.
Like
Because they were very left-leaning, of course. One of the teachers up there was like, super liberal and gay.
So you can politicize.
Yeah, that's-
Um,
Sounds
well, no,
like
the
the
teacher.
Second City.
One of the teachers was like, if you better not be calling a woman a bitch, and if you do, it better be funny." And then she proceeded to like talk about how some actor's an asshole. But I was like, "You can't call a woman a bitch. That's one of the rules. I'm gonna do that.
Stand-up comedy.
Like I'm gonna.
Who be shopping? I ask you.
Exactly.
Bitch.
Who
Bitches.
be shopping?
I'm gonna talk about my mother.
Guess I'm gonna break the rules now. Talking about my own mom.
I guess you got to learn the rules in order to break them.
I was so scared in the stand-up class that I didn't even do our showcase.
You got,
Do you have the jokes
didn't
from
do
that
it.
showcase?
I have one of the stolen meme ones from Facebook.
You stole your jokes
Used
from
a
Facebook
meme.
No,
memes?
one of them, because I was we had to do like a Dylan style joke, and nobody in the class. The homework was to write 5 minutes of one-liners. Everybody in the class could not do it because I was like, I do not think that way. But then I told I was like, did you guys know pigeons die from having sex?
Yeah.
Well, the one I fucked did.
Mm.
And KJ fell out of his chair.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a Facebook meme.
It's yeah.
And that was also my first opening joke for stand-up ever because I was so scared. So I was excited.
Dylan, do you remember your first stand-up joke?
I remember a bunch of them, but I don't know.
Like your first joke that you told into a mic?
Yeah. I remember,
remember my
like
second.
talking about like like Halloween, like 2 years before.
I also have to publicly
it did
say
like
that I
a
stole that joke before somebody says it. Calls it out, so I'm just getting ahead of the
No,
curve.
it's okay.
Because Sean already brought it up once. So
The pigeon joke?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, dude, somebody stole your joke. I was like, other way around.
But you've heard people.
Wrong again.
You've heard people do that joke, different versions of it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I remember you saying.
Like that's what like when somebody comes up to me when we're at the cellar after the vault, they're like, tell me a joke. I'll say that joke. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of my face. Unless she's hot. No, I'll still say that one.
It is my first time on a mic. I said penis, and then I giggle out. Yeah. That was kind of the joke.
Did it go good?
It actually did. Yeah.
You should try
like
it
an
again.
early
Now that you're
idea.
this far in.
If I say, that's just when it's like survival.
that was my set last night. I just said koala cock like 16 times. It was a lot of times. It's just it takes up a large portion of my mind for quite a small object. Koala cock. Koala cock.
No, still my.
Koala.
I heard they're dangerous aside from the chlamydia.
Yeah, they're angry because they're stoned all the time. So if you disturb them, they're like, "What the fuck?"
Have you heard the Andrew Schultz
What the
joke of
fuck?
he's like, you think I'd be worried about the chlamydia on the what do they call it?
Koala?
On a koala? He's like,
Koala.
I'd be worried about getting cum out of fur.
So you want to use the fur and use
Well,
the
if
whole
you know that it
animal.
has chlamydia going into it, why wouldn't you wear a rubber?
Because they suck.
I do want to have like I
What?
saw this thing. It was
'Cause
Rick
condoms
James.
are awful. What
It
are you
was,
saying?
it was like Rick James' house in like the 80s or 70s maybe, but it was so cool and like it just the first picture was him with like a huge like cheetah fur or something. I'm just like hell yeah, a real one.
Oh,
So
dude.
mean.
Dude,
But then
some
it's just
big
like-
game fur coat would be with their head as the hood.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I would buy that.
I would have to kill the animal myself.
I
Though.
used to wear my mom's fur coat.
Yeah.
No, I would do that. Well,
Yeah,
What kind of
with
that's
my
funny.
hands. Have to defeat it in a battle of Mortal
you-
Kombat.
Would you go on a safari?
Yeah.
No.
Like a hunting
Dan-
safari or a
Dan would.
safari safari?
You're just in a truck and there's lions.
Yeah, I'd go there. I'm in a truck. Eh.
You've already got the khaki
Magic
shorts for
box.
this.
I do have. I
Did
do
you
have
just
a
say
lot
it's
of
a
khaki
magic
shorts.
box?
Yeah,
And
you
the
It's
can't
not
get
the
hurt in the
fucking
truck.
Pope's car, dude. You're gonna get fucked.
You know what? But the Lions, they're like, that's a Jeep. I don't want to do anything to the Jeep. I drive a Jeep for that reason to prevent lions from attacking me at
From
any
wrangling
time.
Little do
you.
they know, in this area in Illinois, there are a lot of big cats.
Wildcats.
That's probably the
Garfields
scariest
and-
thing, because you wouldn't even know if it was near you.
Yeah, I think that
Like a
I think they
mountain
would
lion?
announce
Oh, yeah.
themselves because they want to fuck with you. They'd be like, "Hey, buddy, what are you gonna do?
I saw a
What
video of
are
a guy
you
like
gonna do?" And then, "Rawr."
running from a
What are you
mountain
talking
lion.
about?
I'm talking about if you
That's
ran into a
right
mountain
off.
lion.
What, is that what you would do?
He wanted to fuck you up. He'd flex with you because fear makes the meat taste better.
So you would say
That is so,
rawr?
dude.
They hunt you and then they come out, they monologue, and then they kill you.
You think the hunter's like, let me make this harder.
Show business.
I'm gonna startle this guy,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna get him.
And then I'm gonna be like, "Hey."
Like in anime where they're running at a guy, they could have killed him if they just didn't go, ah. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always screaming before they do that swing, right, Chris?
And they lose by 1 centimeter of energy.
Am I right about that? They would get a lot of kills in anime when they were running at a guy with a sword if they didn't just scream the whole time during it.
You're letting him know ahead of time.
Letting him know ahead of time. Chris is our resident expert on anime.
Right, baby.
Kind of by
What do you think?
default.
What do you think the strongest animal is?
The strongest
If they
animal?
were to all fight, who would
Grizzly bear.
against a
Lion.
really big jaguar?
The lion
I
is
think
the king.
I think a grizzly bear would fuck up a big cat. I think a gorilla, though, if it's studies, it could fuck up a grizzly bear.
Because you
If
could
it
put
has
it in an arm
weapons.
bar.
Nothing
Yeah,
fucks
if it
up a
has
lion.
weapons, if it can pick up weapons, a gorilla could beat up a grizzly
Wait,
bear.
no,
but
dude,
a
I think
grizzly
dude,
bear,
grizzly bear
gorilla
only
naked.
runs only 30 miles an hour. A jaguar's like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, so it could run away from the grizzly. What is it going to run to the jaws of death faster?
No, it's just gonna run around.
He's just going to run in circles, and that's going to confuse the grizzly bear.
Yeah, you run it and then just jump at the jugular. Yeah.
No, he's just going to be like,
The
okay,
faster animal.
whenever
No,
you're
but-
done,
Dude,
bro.
you know what? Let's buy these animals. and
Yeah,
have
have
them.
them
Rent
do
a
'em.
boat.
Dude, this would be the most successful YouTube channel.
Mike Vick did just
Ever.
get on the cover
Gorilla,
of Madden
mountain
again.
lion, gorilla, jaguar, gorilla, Adam.
Cat fighting. Nothing fucks up a lion, dude.
Nothing fucks up a lion. I've seen hyenas fuck up a lion.
No, yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
a pack of hyenas.
That's true.
a jaguar.
That's true.
One on one.
I think a jaguar is better than a lion.
Are you crazy?
A
Aren't they?
jaguar?
Aren't like a huge? Don't they get huge?
Way smaller.
Not. They're smaller than lions. That's how they're so fast.
I could have sworn they were giant because I've seen them
the
like
king
get
of the
crocodiles
jungle.
and alligators.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Like those big ones that like hunt alligators.
Yeah, but those aren't like big. Those aren't like the 60-foot alligators.
Oh, true. But I was like, that's got to be so. That's so strong.
Nobody
that's
gets
what
the
you're hunting?
Bidens.
And they gotta have pretty strong teeth to open those motherfuckers up. They got pretty thick
Dude,
skin.
they just grab it and they carry the whole thing up in the air. I know
Into
they
a
don't have
tree.
hands, but it's just so. Isn't this funny?
Nobody beats the Biden family.
The Biden family is the biggest
That's
predator.
the king of the jungle.
I
right
think-
now.
I
The
think-
Clinton family seems
You
pretty.
they could do blow in the White House.
What is the dog's name? Marshall? Marshall?
Is it
General?
martial
could-
law?
He could probably take down a cougar.
Mm-hmm. No, it
Bites old ladies.
When you would hunt,
defies justice.
what would you have?
Power.
When you would camp, what did you have as defense for these animals? Because you were in areas with grizzly bears, probably big cats.
I was in areas with black bears, no big cats,
Oh.
and rattlesnakes.
Okay,
And
black bears aren't even a problem.
Black bears are big old pusses.
Yeah, you
And
just
you
yell at
go,
them.
get out of here,
Imagine-
bear! And they go,
Hey,
oh!
hey,
And they
bitch.
run off, and
Yeah.
they go, 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 go.
That I would actually want to go camping so I could experience.
Yeah.
that. I would get killed.
I did have a bear get into my food once. I also had chipmunks get into my food bags, and they rip shit up. And
They
then
got in your bag.
Were you
have
ever scared
avoided
of other
mice, though.
people?
Yeah, the people
That's
were the
my biggest
scariest
fear.
part. That's the biggest thing you need to be worried about.
there's so- you
the
never
most
do.
the most dangerous places to camp are within a mile of a road.
You know, my biggest fear is
Like you're out in the middle of nowhere, you'll probably be fine. If you're within a mile
Well,
of
yeah.
road, people might come around and fuck with you.
You're so vulnerable.
Dude, I was on a mountain ridge one night, and I was camping down there, and it was like an old, I thought, abandoned dirt road, and like middle of the night, this fucking pickup truck just drives up, and they drive into the woods, and I hear the fucking truck bed come down, they dump something, and I hear it close, and I'm watching this thing, and my tent's like in the woods a little bit, and it's green, so it kind of blends in, but then they drive off. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I'm gonna be sleeping here, and like some dead body's gonna come get me or something. Ah!
yeah.
Dude, that
It
is
could
the-
wake
dude,
back
that's
up and-
fucking insane.
Dude, there's a
Were they dropping off logs for the bonfire?
in the middle of the fucking woods. I was on the campsite. There wasn't no campsite back there. I came from there. It was just trails.
Dude, you should honestly just tell stories about you camping, and you should
It's-
review other people's camping and be like, they suck.
Lame.
That tent, gay.
What about
I wiped, dude. He woke up to thousands of spiders surrounding his
Oh,
tent,
yeah. It
all
was-
over his tent,
It was
and he didn't kill
crazy.
himself. I would have.
it was terrifying.
it was just like that
But-
video.
It got me over arachnophobia because it was like you have to.
Me and my best friend
leave.
talked about it.
You
we
don't
would call
want
the
to beat
police.
arachnophobia.
What-
folks.
come
Fuck
knock the
that.
spiders off of my tent, Mr. Police Officer.
No, or I'd lie about something.
And then they come out there and they're like, "What can I do for you?" You're like, "I'm stuck in the tent. There's so many spiders."
The zipper won't open. You need a shake.
And then so he just opens the zipper for you, and then they all come in because you're like sitting back.
Did they come in like that?
No, well, so I got out, and they were also on the ground, so they're crawling up your legs and stuff. You shake the tent off, and you bat them down as they're walking up on you, and you stuff it in its bag, and you pack all your shit, and you spiders,
that's
and
just
then
no.
did
You
you
just
find
you wipe
spiders in
them
your
off
bag?
of you. You wipe them off of you,
And then you
start
never
walking.
camp
Did you find
again.
spiders in your bag?
Nah, I didn't find spiders in my bag.
You know what
You
the
got
biggest
all of the spiders, huh?
scariest thing would be
Not one. Just was like, fuck this guy. Dude. No, I'm gonna get him later.
I don't know. Maybe they crawled out later. Maybe they died in the bag because
Or maybe
I
you
packed
just
shit tight.
didn't care. But you just didn't notice. You're like,
I also did at that point. I stopped caring about spiders because there were so many of them. I was like, I can't. If I care, I'm.
I mean, that is a
stuck
way
here.
they get people over fear and like.
no. You could do that with
They-
race even.
with race.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Nah, probably not.
I'm just brainstorming.
Yeah, it really helped when I went to China.
What about grizzly bears? Do you think that's a?
Grizzly bears,
They're so
grizzly bears,
charming,
bro.
you know?
If I were gay, I would be a grizzly bear for sure.
Yes.
Dude, you would. crush the gay sexual
I would be
marketplace.
worried
Dude,
about
because I
grizzly
can take a
bears.
pound of bro.
It's terrifying.
Speaking of pounding, we should
We're destroying the cartoon bear market.
Oh yeah,
we
you'd be in the cartoon bear
we
market
land
with
this
Adam
plane?
Quasley.
Think it's
Yeah,
about that time.
Adam
Yeah,
CG.
Oh, you guys finally did a podcast. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Everybody, love you so much. This has been the Jerks Podcast. We're gonna get this Mike started. Clap your hands so people know that there's a live audience.
Oh wow, there is a live audience.